You're all here. Oh, excellent. Sorry I'm a tad late. Just got off the phone to the minister, honestly. It's easier explaining the rules of lockdown to my cockapoo than to a cabinet minister.
It's a dog.
Oh, right. To be quite honest, I don't know why everyone is so worked up about lockdown. Not having to make that ghastly trip into work every day is a superb idea. We should have had a pandemonium years ago.
Pandemic. The word is pandemic.
Oh.
So instead of... I say, Tabitha, are you all right? You're looking a little bit off.
Me? Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm absolutely wonderfully marvellous.
Good.
But thanks for asking, Michael.
Yes, well, moving on. Rather than send you all an agenda individually, I've asked Joe there to pop it up on the screen share. Could you do that now, please, Joe?
Yes, I've just got it here. Let me just click share. Oh, sorry. That's me celebrating after I beat my own highest score on Fortnite.
I say, old chap, there's an interesting filly.
Oh, what's that? I have no idea what that is. How did they get there?
Oh, for crying out loud!
You actually have the agenda.
Oh, yes, it's here somewhere.
Look, I think maybe we ought to abandon the agenda altogether.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, I don't mind searching for it a little longer. I'm not sure which folder I saved it in.
Surely one called agendas?
Of course not. That would be too easy for the hackers. Just let me click through a few more.
No, Joe, no, it's fine, really. I don't think I can tolerate any more glimpses into your weird little personal life.
Okay.
Anyway, so I want to start by thanking Janice there for her contribution to last week's Newsnight programme. It made for interesting viewing.
I'm sorry. It was awful, wasn't it? I just got so tongue-tied. Whole celebrity experience totally floored me. I couldn't even remember the name of the blasted virus.
Yes, referring to it repeatedly as that pesky little blighter didn't do much for your scientific credibility.
The best bit was when your cat jumped up onto the desk halfway through the interview and started licking its unmentionables.
Yes, thank you, Joe.
To be honest with you, I got really confused.
You're not the only one.
Well, I didn't think you scientists talked about viruses in terms of pounds and ounces.
We don't.
Well, and what was the reason why you had that carrot cake? Is it because viruses live in cakes? Because if it does, I've got a dodgy Battenberg that I need to throw in the bin pronto.
Carrot cake?
Yes, that nasty presenter really didn't like it, did she?
Patrick, was the carrot cake the only baked goods that Janice had on the programme?
No, come to think of it, there was a lovely tray of biscuits as well.
I think I know what's going on here. You had the wrong side on, Patrick, and you were watching Bake Off.
Was I? Oh, that explains it. And I was thinking that Kirsty Walker had certainly let herself go.
Sadly, Janice, although the minister was highly impressed by the contortionist antics of your feline friend, that was all he was impressed by. So they've decided to go with Professor Chris Whitty as the face of their public information campaign.
Oh, that's typical. If it wasn't enough for that man to use my Paddington Bay mug from the office kitchen, it's to steal my limelight as well.
I don't think he stole it. I think you gave it away.
So listen, could we just draw a line under that debacle and turn to our next little conundrum? How to connect with teenagers.
We have to, old boy. I seem to remember that a chap can get into significant trouble for that sort of thing.
Connect with them via the media, you idiot. Presenting the public health advice to them in a way that they find, meaningful.
Oh, I know. Coronavirus, the video game. That's right up my alley.
Now, obviously, there are a lot of social media platforms that teenagers use. So the minister is keen to find out if any of these can be used to get the advice out there.
COVID could be this little spiky virus running around a maze.
Oh, dear God help us. He's off again.
Because it's spiky, isn't it, Janice? I've seen pictures of it.
Now, how can you have pictures of something that small?
It's taken with an electron microscope, Patrick.
Oh, good grief. Technology these days. Oh, let's drink to it.
And you need to chase the virus around the maze and zap it with antibacterial sprays, and you can win extra lives by stopping at little sinks every so often and washing your hands for 20 seconds.
Could whoever's in control of this meeting please shut Joe down?
Oh, and the hero of the game who's chasing the spiky virus around is...
He's going to save the incredible antiviral ninja.
The incredible antiviral ninja!
And there it is.
Can I just please get control of this meeting? Look, we need to look into things like Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok to see how we can utilize their unique qualities to get the public health message out there to the younger generation.
Are these more dating sites? I have to say, TikTok sounds rather interesting.
Honestly, Patrick, you're obsessed with dating.
And why not, old girl? Romance is a wonderful thing.
It isn't.
And whatever we do, make sure the approach isn't condescending. We don't want another green care badge fiasco.
I think I've got a pretty good handle on what the kids are doing these days. If I put a shout out to my social media following, I'm sure we can come up with something.
What are you talking about? Social media following? What social media following?
Well, some might say I'm something of a social influencer.
No, nobody says that.
Rude.
Look, can we please just have a promise from you all that you will do even a small amount of research before the next meeting on the social media of young people?
I'm on it, Michael, like a grommet.
Oh, dear God. Tabitha, does that colleague of yours from Haiti still work for Facebook?
Quentin? Yes, I think so, yes.
Haiti. Oh, that's terribly exotic. I knew an Asian girl once, and she had this trick with a kumquat where she put it...
What are you doing in Haiti, Tabitha?
It was when I first joined the civil service. I worked at the British Embassy there. Quentin was a very good friend.
That's nice.
I remember Haiti was terribly hot.
Excellent. Anyway, so could you have a word with this Quentin chappie?
Oh, I'm sure I could dig his phone number out of my little black book.
Ah, yes. Excellent, excellent.
Want to know if your number is still in there, Michael?
Tabitha, not now.
Well, it's not. I tore out the page and I ate it with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Okay, so anyway, let's wrap up the meeting, shall we? Now, don't forget, before the next meeting, I want you to research the favourite social media of today's youth.
I have an amazing idea already, Michael. I'm so excited.
Is it all right if I go now, old boy? I need to go out and put all these empty bottles in next door's recycling.
So that's it, is it, Michael? Cast aside like an old shoe.
Look, Tabby, I never made any promises to you, and I certainly never promised to leave Penelope.
Oh, of course not. Dear, perfect Penelope.
After all, she has her charity work, and her father's a very well-connected archdeacon, whereas you... Well, you have been round the block a bit, haven't you?
Around the block? Oh, how dare you!
Oh, Janice. You didn't perhaps overhear that, did you? Because it could be very damaging for my career if something like that, got out.
Sorry, Michael. I think there's something wrong with my internet connection. I haven't really heard anything since Joe signed out.
Oh, well, marvellous. Well, I'll say goodbye then.
Yes. Goodbye, Michael. Damaging to your career, eh, Michael? That's always good to know. Hello, Tabitha. You okay?
Yes, fine, thank you. What about you?
Not too bad, considering. It's all about keeping yourself occupied, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yes, it is, yes.
I've been rereading my theses and my master's dissertation. I find it quite relaxing. Oh, did I tell you I've got a double doctorate?
Once or twice, yes.
So, what have you been doing to occupy your time?
Oh, craft.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
What have you been making? Decorations, soft furnishings, clothing?
Dolls.
Oh, lovely.
Are we having one of those meeting thingies now?
Yes, Patrick.
Oh, good. Because I need to speak to Mikey about this letter he sent me.
What's that on your head?
It's a hat.
Why are you wearing it?
Because it's cool.
No, it isn't.
You're all here. Excellent. So I hope you've all been devoting some time to thinking about how to connect with young culture, and that the good ideas will just come flooding out of you.
Look here. Before we start, old boy, I want to talk to you about this letter that you've sent me.
What letter?
The one telling me that I'm on house arrest, confined to blinking barracks.
I've not sent you a letter.
Oh, you must have done. Look, look, there we go. I don't mind contributing to this little band of whatever we are, but I will not be forced to stay in just so I can be at your beck and call.
I really have no idea what you're talking about.
I'd be the first one to sign up to serve my country at times of crisis. But I will not be press-ganged into anything. No.
Patrick, so I have no idea what this letter is that you're talking about.
Think he might be referring to a shielding letter?
Oh, no, that hasn't come from me, Patrick.
Well, it says it's from the government.
Well, yes, but I'm not the entire government. I'm just one menial civil servant.
Menial civil servant, mediocre lover.
Well, so, who's it from?
No, it's the letter they send out to vulnerable people, Patrick. You know, you're the ones at risk of serious complications if you get COVID-19, so you need to stay at home.
Vulnerable? Oh, I'm not vulnerable. How very dare they?
Look, Patrick. Look, you can get everything you need delivered. There's no need to go out at all. Just do as you're told. There's a good chap.
Oh, I suppose you're right, and odd bins have very reasonable delivery fees.
Well, there you are then, you see. Win-win. Right. What amazing ideas have you all come up with for engaging with young people?
Well, I'm very excited. I've been working on something morning, noon, and night ever since the last meeting, and I think you're all going to be really impressed.
Well, I'm sure we're all dying to see what it is.
Oh, yes, we're all on pins.
Just wait a moment while I load it up. There we go. So I got thinking to myself, what format for delivering information to young people should we be using these days?
Those blasted mobile phones.
Well, yes, but also rap.
Rap.
Yes, rap. Why do you have to question everything I say?
Because usually nothing you say makes any sense at all.
You're just a hater.
Guilty as charged.
Anyway, so what I did was I wrote a rap all about COVID-19. And I have recorded it, me, DJ Joe Parsons, rapping for the government massive.
Is everyone else as confused as I am?
Pretty much.
Well, don't pass judgment until you see the video. Here we go.
Listen up, your sisters. Listen up, your brothers. I got a message, gotta tell your mothers. I ain't no ninja, cause I'm here to be seen. I got a message about COVID-19. Now, COVID-19 is a nasty germ cell, and if you catch it, you get very unwell. But listen up, homies, I won't tell you twice. I'm here to give you governmental advice. So if you don't want to be COVID legends, just wash your hands for 20 seconds. Cause if you die, your mama's gonna miss you. So when you sneeze, always use a tissue.
You see, the only way we gonna build resistance is making sure we keep social distance.
So, what did you think?
It's,
Very.
Oh, come on. Just say what we're all thinking. It was dreadful.
I'm not sure what I just witnessed there.
Oh, best keep it that way, Patrick.
You don't like it?
It's not exactly what I had in mind. I mean, that doesn't mean that it isn't good. No, it's just that it's not. It's not quite what I was expecting.
You'd have to have a pretty warped imagination to be expecting that.
But I thought you could use it as the focus of your campaign with young people.
Yes, well, and how do I put this tactfully so there's no ambiguity?
Oh, let me help here, Michael. Tactful is my middle name. We are not using that, Joe, because it's absolute drivel. If we paraded that pile of excrement on any social media platform, we would be a total laughingstock. Is that clear?
Yes.
Well, thank you, Tabitha. Very, very tactfully done. Right. Moving on. Has anyone at all done any research into social media in young people?
Well, I did.
Excellent. Well done, Janice. And what did you discover?
That I don't understand young people at all.
And that's it?
Yep. I mean, they're all on Snapchat 24 hours a day, so that's probably a good one to start with.
Right. And your contact from the old days in Haiti, Tabitha?
My contact in Haiti? How did you know I'd been in touch with my old Mambo?
The chappie from Facebook, Tabitha.
Yes, him, of course, sorry. No luck. The number I had was unobtainable, and when I contacted Facebook, they said he didn't work there anymore.
So, a load of dead ends again. Well, I suppose it's too much to hope that you've come up with anything, Patrick?
What?
Anything on reaching young people with COVID messages?
Oh, nothing at all, boy.
Yeah, thought not. Well, I do have some contacts in the world of young people's television, so I might call on them and see if we can arrange something.
I'm not going on young people's television, mind.
Oh, don't worry, Janice. We're not putting you on TV again. Chris Whitty is our man, not you. And not that you're a man, of course. I mean, you can't be. You're a nice person. And all men are bastards.
I can't help think that last comment was aimed at me.
Really, Michael? Oh, gosh. You're terribly bright, aren't you?
So I'm going to wrap this meeting up, and we'll all reconvene on Friday at 10 a.m. sharp. Any chance of an earlier start would guarantee your sobriety, Patrick?
Oh, can't promise anything, old boy.
No, I thought not. Thanks all.
Michael, if you're not busy. No, I'm not. Michael.
Janice, there you are.
Why? Did you want to speak to me, Michael?
No, I don't want to speak to Joe, so that he doesn't speak to me.
I can hear this, you know.
Why don't you just get rid of him?
Well, his father knows the minister.
Yes, again, I am hearing all of this.
What was wrong with Tabitha?
I have no idea.
Hello?
Hello, Tabitha.
Hello, Joe? Hello, Janice? Hello, Thingy?
Well, right then. I think that's all of us. Now, at our last meeting, I asked you for ideas about youth engagement and, well, frankly, There weren't any. So, however, we do have an exciting prospect on the table that we will discuss at the next meeting.
Are you going to get Dizzy Rascal to record my rap?
As much as I can probably guess that Mr. Rascal would make a better job of it than you, no, that's not the plan.
Or maybe get Dizzy and Snoop Dogg to do a duet, Michael.
Again, despite my faith in the undoubted talents of Mr. Rascal and Mr. Dog, that won't be happening.
Well, or perhaps maybe...
We are not using that ridiculous rap, all right? Right. Now, we have a completely different idea that we will be running with, and as I said, we will discuss it at the next meeting.
Gosh, Michael, you do have rather a short fuse at the moment. I wonder why that might be.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Patrick, loud and clear. What do you want to say?
Well, nothing. I just wanted to know whether you could hear me.
So, anyway, following the recent government announcement, you can probably guess the main topic for our meeting today. How do we explain to the general public why England has gone with a slight easing of lockdown when the devolved nations haven't?
Michael, there appears to be someone else in the meeting. Are you expecting them?
Good Lord, absolutely not.
Mummy, could you get off the call, please?
Joe, when do you want your snack, darling?
Mummy, I'm in a meeting.
Because my bunions are playing up terribly, so you'll have to come and get it yourself if you don't mind, darling.
You make your poor mother bring you your food? How old are you?
She likes doing it.
But she shouldn't be leaving her house to bring you food. Now, honestly, you men are all the same. Selfish pigs. Surely that poor lady should be in isolation.
She doesn't have to leave the house to bring me my food. We live in the same house.
You still live with your mother, old boy? No wonder you're having trouble with the ladies.
Who's that? I'll have you know my Joe doesn't need a lady. Not when he's got his mummy to take care of him.
I'll have my snack later, Mummy. I'm in an important meeting at the moment.
Oh, you're not with those dungeon dragons again, are you, darling? I really don't think they're the kind of people a wholesome young boy like you should be mixing with.
No, Mum, it's work. I'm in an important meeting with my bosses, you know, the civil service.
How does your mother know the joining code for this meeting?
Well, I tend to use similar codes for all my meetings.
How similar?
Well, the same, really.
Idiot.
So, who is this lovely, mature lady we have here?
It's Joe's mother.
Ah, enchanté, my dear lady.
Oh, call me Lottie.
Ah, then, enchanté, lovely Lottie.
Oh, good grief.
Are you one of Joe's dungeon dragon friends? Only I didn't expect them to be quite so mature.
Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I am Patrick Miller, at your service. Yeah, you might have heard of me. I'm a journalist with The Guardian.
Oh, no. No, I don't read newspapers. I get all my current affairs knowledge from Good Morning Britain. There's absolutely nothing I need to know that the lovely Ben Shepherd can't tell me.
Look, Joe, do you think you could sort of get rid of your mother? We do need to get on with the meeting.
Get rid? You want me to...
No, of course not.
Boy, does he want to do me in?
No, that's not what I meant.
What a nasty man you are.
He is awful, man.
Look, Look, dear lady, so this is a confidential government meeting, and I'm afraid you're not welcome.
Well, I've heard it all now. Not welcome in my own home?
But you're not in your own home.
Don't be silly, of course I am. Look, I'm in my living room.
No, what I meant was you're in a virtual meeting on the internet.
Well, fancy not being welcome in my own home. I've never heard the like of it.
Look, please, Joe, can you just get rid of your mother to get her out of the meeting?
Do you want this sausage sandwich or not?
Not yet, Mummy.
Well, I'm very sorry, no. It's now or never. I can't just be making sandwiches whenever you feel like it. I've got my programme to watch. And you know I don't like to miss my programme.
Well, then I'm just going to have to say no, Mummy. This is my boss, Mr. Montgomery. I can't leave the meeting to come and get a sausage.
Oh, your boss. Which one is he?
The one with the glasses.
Oh, he's very dapper, isn't he?
Why, thank you.
It's a lovely suit. You should wear a suit like that for work. He's a proper gentleman.
Not in my experience.
I apologise for the attire of my good-for-nothing son, Mr. Montgomery. He wasn't brought up that way, I can assure you.
Mummy, you're embarrassing me.
No, she's not. You managed that perfectly well yourself.
You should take lessons from Mr. Montgomery and Mr. Miller here. They know how a gentleman should present himself.
Look, as much as this is a fascinating conversation about sartorial elegance, if we're not going to talk about the ridiculous change from stay home to stay alert, then I've got 1,000,001 other things I could be doing.
Absolutely. Mrs. Parsons, it has been lovely to meet you, but we really do now need to move on with our meeting.
You carry on, dear. Don't mind me. I'll be popping off in a minute anyway to see my programme.
Well, excellent. So, the ultimate confusion that's going to be caused by having different rules in England to other parts of the UK. Discuss.
So, what I've heard is, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Which you undoubtedly will be.
I have to pay less for a bottle of cider in England than anywhere else in the UK.
No, that's minimum unit pricing, Patrick. It's nothing to do with COVID-19.
I still don't understand.
Moving on.
The way I see it is that it was inevitable at some point that we would have some mixed messages. I mean, after all, Prime Minister is a man. And we all know that men say one thing and mean another. They lead you on, and then they cast you aside.
Janice, please say something sensible.
It's all a load of bollocks.
Oh, heaven help me.
Come on now, we can't start easing lockdown yet. We've only just started to flatten the curve. We ought to be trying to avoid a second wave, not welcoming it in with a cheese and wine party.
Oh, who's having a cheese and wine party?
Oh, I used to love those, especially the fondue. Do you remember those fondue parties?
Oh, dear lady, I went to many a rather raunchy fondue party in my time.
So.
Yes, so did I.
No ideas at all, really, on how to explain the differences? Hmm?
Well, you could just use standard government tactics.
Which is what exactly?
Bury it. Find another news story that people will focus on more.
A government announcement about easing lockdown. Well, what on earth would trump that?
Now, that Captain Tom, he was a real gentleman too. A proper hero.
Good grief! Dear lady, that's it!
What is?
Captain Tom! Well, the whole country's been talking about Captain Tom.
Well, they were talking about him. He's finished doing his work for charity now.
So we just bring him back into the limelight.
How?
We'll Get him a knighthood.
Oh, I am glad. He deserves that.
But you better go and see if the minister can persuade the Queen to get her sword out for old Dom.
I really don't know why I bother.
Have we finished then?
Yes, Patrick. Everything's finished.
Including this bottle of, oh, what were you? I think you were gin, but I've forgotten.
Goodbye, Patrick.
Ah, gin. Definitely Tanqueray number 10. Now, where did I put that other bottle?
Well, they seemed nice.
Yes, Mummy.
Better than your other friends. Your other friends don't wear suits.
Well, not to play Dungeons and Dragons, Mummy.
You should spend more time with the kind of people who wear suits.
Yes, Mummy.
So, do you want this sausage sandwich?
Oh, yes, please, Mummy. I'll be up in a moment, coming now.
Jolly good. Okay, so now I've got to turn it off. Hang on. Turn it off. Not that. Oh, yeah, not that.